It's a candle.
That smells delish.
Don't forget to take one over to Dave, too. Okay.
You have to take me all of them.
Okay, we are live, everybody. Are we on YouTube, Dave?
Hi, guys.
Let me check.
Behind you, Dave.
Yeah, we are live.
Can you let? We're live on YouTube, too.
Yep.
Hi, everybody. I am Jill from Living on a Dime with Dave, my assistant. And Jack, my handsome one. Huh?
And today's my birthday.
Yes, today's your birthday. Do you think Mom and Dad are... Hi, everybody. I was going to see if Mom and Dad are on yet,
Why would
but
they be on in 2 seconds?
I don't know if they're on yet. Dave, I'm having trouble getting my YouTube to do. Let me see. Just a second. Let me try it again. Just a second. I'm trying to get YouTube up here so I can see some of your comments. Sorry, everybody. I thought we had this going.
Everyone's already rolling in with the happy birthdays, Jack!
Yay! Are you about ready? I was waiting to see if Mom and Dad were on or not, but I don't know if they are. Have you seen Mom and Dad on there yet? Let's see. Here. Oh, just a sec. No, don't do that one. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Oh, Michael Kellum joined on
Michael Kellum.
Facebook.
Okay. Are we about ready? We're going to sing happy birthday to Jack because today's his birthday.
I'm scared.
You're scared?
No, Jack's 8 now, actually, Lisa. Oh,
He's
wait,
8.
No, Penny Griffiths.
He's 8. And Dave's going to be 14 on Sunday. So, are you ready for Nan to sing it? I got to sing this all by myself. Oh, great. Can I do it? I can do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sweet Jack. And handsome Dave, too. Mwah. I love. Can you get it? Blow it. Yay. Happy birthday.
This is when the fire alarms go off.
This is when the fire alarms go off? Yeah, that's true.
Mom says, here's kisses from Mom.
Mom's sending kisses. If you guys will notice, these are not Nan's sugar cookies at all.
Dave. Dave.
Those aren't Nan's sugar cookies at all. My poor grandkids get bought sugar cookies. Actually, that's what they wanted. I asked them, I was going to bake a birthday cake, but they don't really eat that much birthday cake, and they didn't really want one, so they decided to get one of these instead. Oh my goodness, they just polished off 3 cookies. Well, you know what they're having for dinner tonight anyway, so Mom's watching you eat all those cookies.
Oh my goodness, too many birthday things.
So many birthday things.
I think we've already reached like 50
Brandy's
comments.
nephew, Caleb, sorry, is 10 today.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Just like Jack.
Yeah, and then Dave's going to be 14 on Sunday, so we're singing happy birthday to him tonight. And I want to say I'm sorry, Louise Green had her birthday, was it Wednesday, and we missed it in the comments, so I wanted to wish her happy birthday too, a belated birthday anyway. Tonight we're going to, see, look at all the birthdays, Jack, look at there. See? Those are all for you. So, did you want to tell them where we went today? We're kind of tired. As a matter of fact, I'm so tired, I went to put my makeup on right before the show, and I grabbed up the tube of toothpaste to start putting it on as makeup foundation. So to say I'm tired is an understatement. But we went to, Jack's typing thank you. It's showing up as Jill, but he's typing thank you on there for everybody. We went to Greeley, Colorado, has a huge miniature train museum. And Jack just loves trains. He's just insane about trains. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
It was so funny because...
My favorite was where you push the button and then it made the chickens start.
Chickens.
Yeah.
They had all these trains with scenes all along with the trains. And one of them was by the railroad tracks with this lady that had some chickens. And the chickens were about the size of a pinhead. And you pushed a button and those silly chickens, they kind of clacked and they picked. I've never seen anything so tiny move like that. So it was really fun. But we were there for about an hour and a half or so and did a bunch of running around. So we're all kind of tired tonight.
Susan Davis's birthday is on the 23rd too, like you.
Oh, really? Susan, your birthday's the same as mine. Huh. What?
You'd push buttons and it would do things. So like one made it so then a fire inside of a building
Mine was that
turned
was my
on,
favorite.
and then there's another one that made a forest fire.
It was cool,
And
wasn't
then
it?
my favorite one was the chickens one where you just press the buttons and the chickens started go crazy.
Pecking their food, huh? You
Mom,
did have
saying
fun.
Happy birthday.
So, oh, and Phyllis is June 29th. I know Jack has loved, Mary Beth, Jack has loved trains since I think he was barely crawling around. He loved Thomas the Train first, and now he's just gotten bigger and done the other ones. Oh, yours is on the 13th, Cassie? Happy birthday. I'm not singing any more happy birthdays by myself, guys. I do it for the grandkids, but we'll have to get Tara and Mike to sing
What
some
about
more.
my birthday on Monday? Oh wait, they'll be back.
Yeah, they'll be back. I think Tara and Mike are coming back tomorrow. I don't think they found a whole lot out. Haven't gotten all the information on it. They were going to do a sleeping thing because they thought maybe he had sleeping problems and stuff like that. But they'll probably tell you more about it on the Monday's show, what all happened, because they're coming back tomorrow. That's kind of what threw us into a tizzy today, because we want to get some stuff done up before they come and everything. Now, before we get started on the menus, I'm going to, like I said, I'm Jill. For those of you that are just joining, I'm Jill from Dining on a Dime, Living on a Dime, and we have the cookbook Dining on the Dime. And I was going to tell you guys, June is such a great month to be born in. Yes, that is true. All the great minds and
That's what
great
I
people
said.
are born in June. Oh, that's what you said?
Not what Mom said.
Oh, but before we get started, I do read your comments, and I know we missed some. We try so hard during the live stream to take them all, but I didn't know you quilted, Sue Wilson. I'm going to have Tara holler at you about it, because I'd like to see some of your quilts and everything. And another comment I missed was, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm going to slaughter it. Savi, I think is how you pronounce it. You were asking what size squares my quilt was that I did the square blocks on. I was going to do 4-inch squares, but I happened to have a piece of plexiglass that was exactly 3 3/4 inch square is what they were. So I could cut with my rotary cutter around that. It was easier to use than trying to line it up with a regular ruler. Oh yeah, we'll have to show. And so you can use 4-inch squares would be a nice size for that. And okay, come show Dave.
I don't want to show.
Yes, come here. Dave watched on the live stream, and afterwards he said, "Nan, I would love to learn to knit." So all you knitters and crocheters, look at here.
This is just from today.
Yeah, look what he
I
just
messed it up
started.
so many times. Like 8.
He thinks he did, but he's been doing really good
No, I had
on
to
it.
unravel it like so many times.
Yeah, he did unravel it, but he's doing a great job. You knitters can see. All of you that knit can tell that he did. I can't believe it. He has been so exciting over his knitting. I love it. He really is. He's
I
doing
insisted
good.
I do it during the show today, but now I can just get past.
He's
with
supposed to
that.
watch comments, I'm afraid, today. Poor thing. He's really excited. I never thought about showing him how to knit, and so now I'm going to make sure all the boys. Jack has been on the sewing machine today, sewing a secret surprise for BJ and Elly for when they come home. So I'm going to have to be sure to keep on top of that. Which also, Karen asked a question. She wanted to know how I store cable knitting needles. And those are the ones that have, I think, the little wire in them, if I'm not mistaken. I have a couple sets, and I don't know if I store them properly or if my ID is even very good, but I just roll them up and tie them with a twist tie, a bread twist tie, metal twist tie, whatever you call it, and tie them together that way. I also have a basket. Excuse me if I'm losing my voice. I almost lost it this morning, so I feel like I'm losing a little bit tonight. But I have a basket, a wicker basket that you take on a picnic with handles, and it's got a slot for napkins and then one for forks, knives, and spoons. And what I do is I put my cable, my round my cable needles after I tie them together in the napkin slot. Then I put my crochet hooks and other knitting needles in the fork, knife, and spoon slot. Joanne asked what to do with leftover yarn. I would call some churches, because our church knits hats and scarves for different people, and we love getting the extra arm, even small little bits of it.
And even if you're a guy, sorry, pointing at all those guys out there, it's not a girly thing to knit, and don't ever say that. It's really actually pretty cool.
No, there are a lot of guys that knit and quilt and do the sewing. And years ago, men used to always be the tailors. If you think about it, the tailors that sewed the clothes were always men. And even in the early Americans, when the Americans first came, or pioneers came over, the men always sewed the clothes because we couldn't get fabric very much. And so they were made out of leather from the hides of the animals. And so the men had to sew them because it was pretty rough on your hands sewing that leather. Just a little side tidbit. I didn't mean to give you all the history lesson. Nadine wanted to know how tall I am. I am 5'3".
I am 5 foot, around 10.
You're you're about 5'10".
I'm pretty sure I'm like in between that
And both
10.
my kids, well, Tara's not too tall. She's about 5'7", 5'8", I think. I can't remember what she is now. And my son, I think he's about 5'2" or 3". So they're pretty tall. They get that after their dad.
But that's not very tall. 5'2".
Did I say Uncle Dave was 5'2"? I meant
It's
6.
6'2".
6'2" or 3.
My mom's pretty short. She's like 5'7".
5'7" or 8. Yeah, my brain's dying, so I'll probably say a lot of goofy things. Let's see. Oh, Jenny says that her brother would hook rugs, which is a type of sewing, kind of like crocheting type thing, Dave, too. So, Susan.
Well, I was wanting to try the loom, too, so.
I don't know. Susan, here it is boiling hot. It's been in the 90s, which is, for Colorado, is pretty warm. So we've been pretty hot here, that's for sure. Oh, Mom says, hey, Dave, here's kisses from Mom. Aren't you lucky? Okay, tonight I'm talking about menus, how to make menus. I'm going to give you some menu ideas and a couple of recipes. I'm mostly talking about the menus, if you have quick and easy menus on a dime, if you have that book. I'm not sure that we have this in hard copy now, but we do have it in ebook. And they said something about, I don't know what the status is, but they'll put up a link to the store for you. You can either find it in ebook, and I don't know if we have any hard copies left or not. But I'm going to use it tonight because I really did a lot of work in here explaining on how to do menus. And what a lot of people don't know, I put 65 different menus in there. And how I did it was, we actually have the menus in a square at the top of the page. Did I get that right, Dave? Mm-hmm. As you can see, we've got the menu, the whole menu there. And then below the menu, we will have like a recipe. This has over 150 recipes too. It doesn't just have menus. So we got tips. We've got a whole section on actually sitting down and how to make out menus. But we have different recipes. We don't have recipes for everything in the menu because like this one says cottage cheese and green beans and cornbread. Those are pretty easy, basic recipes. So we didn't put the recipe down for that. But a lot of the other ones that we do have recipes for those. I'm going to start, before I go over some of those, though, I'm going to start giving you a couple of ideas. And excuse me if I have to look down and read at the book once in a while, because I'm just following through here. We've got like time-saving tips to tell you, always keep your kitchen clean. Doing menus is kind of like people think it's really hard to make up menus. I don't make 2 weeks at a time. I don't make a month at a time. The past 3 days have switched around 3 different times just in this day alone. so I can't make up a menu. It just gets messed around. So what I do is I take a loose leaf notebook, and I have one sheet that has main dishes, and one sheet that has sides, one that has salads, and one has desserts. I go for like a couple of weeks, and every time we eat something, I will write down what we had for the main dish on there, or on the salad if we had a salad. Even if I go out to eat, if I go to Taco Bell, I write down I had tacos. If I go out to a diner, I'll write down that I had chicken fried steak with mashed potatoes. Write everything you eat for 2 weeks, and at the end of 2 weeks, you'll have 15 items listed on all of those. So use those. Just pick and choose like a main dish from the one side, a salad from the other. And that's one good way to get started. Another thing is always keep your pantry stocked. If you have things in your pantry, canned goods like canned vegetables and fruit, if you have pasta, spaghetti, rice, potatoes, if you have all those basic things in there, and in your refrigerator and freezer like cheeses, basic cheeses, it's not too hard to, at the last minute, find something to put together, especially if you combine the list with what you have in your pantry. Always prepare as much ahead of time as you can. The night before, pull out that roast, and if you have that roast, then it's not so you can think, oh, I'll just have carrots and potatoes with the roast tomorrow. Or maybe I'll just do up the roast and make up some gravy and have hot roast beef sandwiches on
Leftovers, kind of.
Yeah, and have leftovers. You can use a whole roast with all kinds of things. So get your roast out, your chicken out the night before, and you're halfway there. Usually people have the hardest part with the main dish, so get that done. Also prepare things like, if you can, in the morning, even if you go to work, instead of spending 30-45 minutes getting ready in a shower and curling your hair, make your life less stressful and take 15 minutes of that time and clean some vegetables before you leave to work. And you've got these vegetables already cleaned to either toss and make into a salad or a relish dish or something like that. I'm sorry, I don't know if it's allergies or what, but I sure am having a rough one tonight with my talking. And I forgot too, once you make the list of like your meats, your main dishes, and then the salads in your loose leaf notebook, after a while and you get used to it, you could start another couple of pages where you just write menus down every night for a while as you eat them, and have the whole menus if you want. And then you have this running list of menus you can just glance of your own personal menus that your family likes and enjoys. And one thing about doing the menus that I think is like with cleaning, everybody says, I need a schedule. I can't clean because I don't have a schedule. Or I can't cook because I need to get menus made up. Be careful that you're not using that as an excuse just not to do it. We tend to, or they'll say, I don't know how to clean, or do something like that. Most people do know how to do that. It's just a matter of getting up and doing it. And you don't really need a huge menu list to get up and pull a chicken out of the freezer and know you've got stuff for salad in there, and you've got potatoes. You can make baked potatoes. That's not really too complicated. So just kind of think it through, and first thing in the morning, or when you're the least tired or least rushed, what can I have for tomorrow? If you need to, write it down, those 4 little items on a piece of paper, and know tomorrow that's what you're going to have. Get it off of your mind, and that'll help you. Get your family to help. When it comes to cleanup, get them to help you clean up, set the table, make the salads, and just do things like that. All these things really, I'm not even touching hardly anything that we've got listed in here for tips. I also have a whole section on how we learned in home ec years ago, basics of menu planning and that type of thing. And there's this list of 7 things on here that we had to memorize and learn in home ec that you always put in every menu. Now it's way more relaxed, and I never put all 7 of these, but it gives you a guideline. For example, it has number 1, meat or main dish, number 2, starch side dish, which would be potatoes, rice, and pasta. A vegetable side, like cooked vegetables or vegetable fruit side, whichever you want. A salad, bread and crackers, a dessert, and a drink. And that's just, you could make that list out, and then you can just go down and write below it the things you want to put under main dish or meat dish, or what do I want for a starch dish. Now, I say I don't have all this whole list like this because for my main dish, if I have a casserole and I have a lot of veggies in it, then I've got my main dish, I've got my starch side, I've got my vegetable dish, and probably even the bread and crackers all into one main dish. And I don't have to add the rest of these because it's all right there in the casserole. I might add a salad to go with it, and then I'm covered. Let me just mention two more things, and then I will get on to, let's see, do we have any questions, Dave, yet at all? Can you see anything?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Okay.
Not that we haven't answered.
No, okay. There's a couple other things you might think about when you're planning, and I don't want you to get overwhelmed. Just do a couple. Just start out slow, and then you can add these other things after you get more used to writing down your menus and planning them. Then you can start adding these next two things to it, and that is you need to have a balance of color on your plates. It's more eye appealing to your family. They'll actually probably eat better at your meal if you can do this. For example, you don't want to have chicken, mashed potatoes, corn on the cob, and bananas all for your meal. They all have the same creamy, yellowy one color. Instead, you could have like chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, and fresh strawberries. You've got the papa green and red in there. So keep those a little bit in mind. And the second thing to keep in mind is you don't want to have like sausage gravy, cream peas, cream potatoes, or vanilla pudding. They're all creamy, soft in texture. You want the texture to vary, like, sausage gravy. You could have some crispy hash browns, mixed fruit because you've got the different chunks and the different colors, and maybe a crispy jumbo cookie for dessert, something like that. And notice when I'm talking about this stuff, I'm actually giving you a menu here. The sausage gravy on toast, hash browns, mixed fruit, and jumbo cookies for dessert. There's you a menu. Everybody keeps wanting to have menu ideas. It's a very easy menu if you keep frozen hash browns, or you could make yours from scratch, but it makes it even simpler if you have the frozen hash browns. And sausage gravy is not hard to make up at all. I think Tara has a YouTube video on how to do that. Now, let me get into some of the menus. Oh, no, I just turned and I saw this. Okay. I hope I don't bore you with this, but I just died laughing when I forgot we put this in here. We put all kinds of tips and kind of funny things in this book too, the same way we did with dining. And here's a story that we put in there that I have to read to you. It's called A Kansas Wife. Now, we made it a Kansas wife because Tara and I were both from Kansas. But it says 3 men married wives from different states. The first man married a wife from Michigan. He told her you gals are going to love this, but listen all the way to the end. He told her she was to do the dishes and house cleaning. It took a couple of days, but on the third day, he came home to see a clean house and dishes washed and put away. The second man married a woman from Missouri. He gave his wife orders that she was to do the cleaning, dishes, and the cooking. The first day he didn't see any results, but the next day he saw it was better. By the third day, he saw his house was clean. The dishes were done, and there was a huge dinner on the table. The third man married a girl from Kansas. He ordered her to keep the house clean, dishes washed, lawn mowed. Yes, Dave? Oh, okay. Lawn mowed, laundry washed, and hot meals on the table for every meal. He said the first day he didn't see anything. The second day he didn't see anything, but by the third day, some of the swelling had gone down, and he could see a little out of his left eye, and his arm was healed enough so he could fix himself a sandwich and load the dishwasher. I love this story. Yes, Dave.
So, Tony Daughtry Bartel.
Tony,
says,
okay.
I have myself an 11-year-old boy. Mom and Dad know what that's like. At home. He eats like 2 adults sometimes. LOL. I try to keep our dinner menus around $7 a meal. That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's like me and my nugget. So.
Yeah, Dave eats a lot too. Tara's had 3 boys now. Well, 2 that have been teenagers, and
I can eat like 10 bags of popcorn in 30 minutes.
they just keep inhaling the food. One thing, something like popcorn is a good filler. You need to find things like that. It's healthy for them, and it's a good filler. So, unless that's all they eat, right, Dave, my man?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I thought that story was pretty funny. I about died laughing. Now, I'm just going to read off a few of the menus we have in here to just give you an idea of some very basic, simple recipes. Here's one that would be really good for summer. And we've also, it's Hasty Hamburger and Beans, cucumber salad, sliced tomatoes, and Texas toast. And this recipe is really good. It's got like hamburger and onion and pork and beans and barbecue sauce and shredded cheese. So it doesn't take much to mix, and that's like the main thing. And the cucumber. Oh, this cucumber salad's really good in here. It's too long for me. Maybe we could someday do some of these out of this, cook them and everything. But it's like cucumbers with vanilla yogurt, sour cream, onion, garlic, dill weed, salt and pepper. But I want you mostly to hear the menus, because even if you don't have the recipe for Hasty Hamburger and Beans, you maybe have a recipe for hamburger and beans, and then you could slice cucumbers and have sliced tomatoes and Texas toast. Another one that's good that we got here that's really simple is taco. This has 3 things in this menu: taco pie, corn, and a fruit cup. And our taco pie recipe in here is very easy. You just put crescent rolls in a pie pan, crunch up some corn chips and sprinkle on it with some taco seasoning on top, cooked ground beef on top of that, spread on some sour cream and some cheddar cheese or Mexican cheese, and then bake it in the oven for about 400 degrees. And you've got a really fast and easy menu. The fruit cup in this menu is, I love this fruit cup. Here's a tip. This fruit cup calls for a can of tropical fruit, a can of pineapple, a fresh sliced banana, and some coconut. Keep a couple of cans of like the tropical fruit and the pineapple fruit. You could also do mandarin oranges if you wanted to. Keep those in your refrigerator and keep them cold. And so at the last minute, if you have to hurry and put a cold salad together for the summer, or company's coming over, you've got the cans of fruit already really cold, and you can just dump them into a bowl, sprinkle a little coconut on top, and you've got a really quick and easy salad. Now, I love fresh fruits in the summer. I really do. But sometimes, I just don't have them on hand. Thank you, Michael. You should hear. Dave instructs me all the time before I get on here what I should do and should not do, and then afterwards he tells me what I did wrong, so he's staying on top of his...
Oh, you're doing great. You're doing great, man.
But we have... Well, here's another one. We have like meatballs. You could have just... This is called mystery meatballs, but you could make up any kind of meatballs. Tater tots. You could have a salad then to go with that, and then cookies to go with that. And we have what they call Joe Frogger cookies in here, and a green and gold salad. So there's 3 recipes just for that one menu in here. And we also have the menus divided up in this book by beef, chicken, fish, pork, and then we have holiday menus and that type of thing. We have a lot. I just noticed these Boston cream pie cupcakes. We have a lot of recipes in here. This book came out many years ago. It was out before Pinterest, and yet we have a ton of recipes. For some reason, the recipes in this book I'm seeing all over Pinterest. So you will find a lot of recipes that they're now showing on Pinterest in this book too. But here's a pinwheel pizza loaf. So you could just do some kind of pizza with peas, fruit salad, and Boston cream pie cupcakes. Mexican spaghetti. Oh, yum. Mexican spaghetti. This is really a good one. It's got ground beef with spaghetti sauce and black beans and tomatoes and frozen corn and salsa and green chilies, chili powder, and cooked spaghetti. And you kind of mix that all together and bake it for a little bit. Then we have marbled strawberry cake. Another thing is quesadillas. You could have bean and beef quesadillas with tortillas, chips, and salsa, and banana dessert. Let's see, what are some of the other ones? If you're getting bored with these menu ideas, let me know.
And then we can jump into more interesting topics like David's presents.
David is... I don't think I've ever seen David so antsy over opening his presents as he is this year. He's just chomping at the bit, aren't you? Here's one. It's grilled pork chops, which is good for summer. Grilled pork chops, rice, garlic broccoli, and tropical coleslaw. I was trying to look for one that we had. Oh, here it is. No mess dinner. This is so easy. You throw a pork chop, a medium sliced potato, a carrot slice, some frozen peas, and sprinkle with a little onion soup. Wrap that in a foil and stick it on a grill. You have no cleanup, no anything. It's perfect summer one.
Allison Butler wants to know what page is the roll of bread dough ground beef recipe on Dining Over There.
Roll of bread dough ground beef recipe. You mean the cheeseburger?
Probably cheeseburger rolls. I have no idea.
If you're talking about the cheeseburger rolls, that's where you do the dough. Well, okay, the dough you need for that is, let's see, where are they, Dave? Dave, you don't have this memorized?
No, I don't just go through your books and memorize everything.
You don't memorize everything? I should have it memorized since I helped write it. Let's see. 90-minute rolls. Okay, got to look under breads. I tell you, Tara and I are so frustrated with our yeast breads. 90-minute rolls are on page 75. And then the cheeseburger rolls are on, and of course I don't have on 182, page 182. I hope that helps. Somebody was asking what Texas toast is. Texas toast, you take French bread, or you can actually buy Texas toast in a loaf at some stores. But if you don't have Texas toast, if you don't have the actual loaf of Texas toast, which is really thick bread, sliced about an inch thick, you can take anything like French bread, or I even have used regular bread, huh?
That lady is getting so many. Well, sorry. I should just sit there and knit.
Yeah, you should.
And just
but anyway, what Texas toast is, you spread bread. I use regular bread because I don't always have the thicker stuff on hand, with butter, and then you fry it in a frying pan on both sides, butter both sides, and you fry it in a frying pan, and then you squeeze honey all over it and eat it with honey. It is so good. So anyway, any more questions, Dave?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Okay, I will give you more recipes.
Dude, we just have too many people moderating, so we're all just
so you're all taking care of things for me. That's kind of nice for a change. We do have this recipe is baked pork chops and potatoes, steamed asparagus, tossed salad, chocolate pudding with whipped cream. You see how simple these are? They're very, very easy to do. There's not much cleanup. They're good summer recipes. And here's one people don't always think about, but when the tomatoes start coming in season, just have BLTs, bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches with, we've got German baked beans in here for the recipe. We've got raspberry rhapsody salad in here. This salad, I've got to read off the ingredients. It is so yummy. You use a large package of raspberry jello, and then you mix up the raspberry jello with boiling water. You add sherbet, raspberry sherbet, and then frozen or fresh raspberries to this. I mean, it is to die for. I love that. It's really good. Let's see, Dave. Oh, here's one. This one here is ham sandwiches. You see, that's not complicated. Just making a ham sandwich and put your tomatoes and your lettuce on there if you want, whatever you want. What? Yeah, the fly swatter is really noisy. We have killed more critters doing these during the live streams, I think, than any other time. Oh, I got to tell you this. This is so gross. So gross. If you're getting ready to eat dinner, you don't want to hear this. There was a spider hanging right above the sink.
Mute it if you're about to eat dinner.
There was a spider hanging above the sink on the ceiling. Dave said, I can get it, Nan. And he takes the fly swatter, knocks it down. It falls in the sink, and he says, now, this is what you do with it, Nan. And he sprays the water so it washes down into the garbage disposal, and then he turns the garbage disposal. And he's doing this right before I'm going to be talking about dinner menus. So, but anyway, he grossed me out. It grossed me out. But ham sandwiches, chips, and barbecue dip. And this dip, I'm going to give you the actual recipe for this dip. This barbecue dip is like a staple with me. My mom used this for years because we were forever having people drop in, and she would have to come. She always fed them. The barbecue dip you eat usually with regular chips is how I like it. But you take, well, this says you usually do equal parts of sour cream and barbecue sauce, just the bottled barbecue sauce, to mix it together. I like a little bit more barbecue sauce, a tablespoon or two more than what I do the sour cream. What you do is you can mix them half and half, taste it. If you want it more barbecue-y, add the barbecue sauce. And then, so it's a really good dip for something fast to have on hand. Then to have ham sandwiches, chips and barbecue dip, sliced tomatoes, corn on the cob, and orange floats. Orange floats are easy. Drop some vanilla ice cream in a big cup, pour orange pop, like you love, in there, or grape pop or something, and they're really easy to make. So, yes, Dave.
Arwen Aker wants to know, do you have a recipe for cooked sugar-free pudding?
What, Dave, again?
Do you have a recipe for cooked sugar-free pudding?
I don't think we do. If Tara's on there, she may have to pop in. I don't think we do. We have
popped in, yeah.
We have a recipe for cooked pudding from scratch in dining. I'm not sure what page it's on, but we do have. Thank you, Pamela. I do pop down every once in a while to see some of them. So anyway, this is such a simple summer recipe to have and to do. Let's see here. Oh, hot ham and cheese sandwiches with cottage cheese potato salad and sliced fresh fruit. This is a potato salad recipe, and you can add cottage cheese to it if you like cottage cheese. It adds a little bit of a different texture and a taste to the potato salad. Okay, let me get out of the ham here and get into, here's one. It's chicken pitas with potato salad, fresh veggies, baked beans, and watermelon. So you see how simple these are? I don't know. It really doesn't have to be hard. Chicken salad sandwiches with tater tots with melted cheese on them, seasonal veggies, and a frozen peach dessert. Let's see. I was looking for one that I had in here. What? I know the fly's still around here someplace, Dave.
Right there.
Oh, the frozen peach dessert that I have in here is like you take a peach half and you put a strawberry on it, and then you top it with whipped cream and stick it in the freezer, and then it's ready just to pull out. I mean, how simple can these things get? I mean, they're really easy. What else? Let me go from chickens to... I was looking, we had a chicken salad in here, and I can't find it now. We've got Popeyes Biscuits in here, the recipe for Popeyes Biscuits, and it's on on the website. If you want the Popeyes Biscuits, it's on the website Living on a Dime. Just go and hit the search bar, and it's in there. Sorry I didn't give you guys a heads up to put that on there. Here's one with chicken croissants, a veggie relish dish, sliced oranges, and banana cake. There's almost no cooking to this for this summer. What are tater tots? It's kind of like, they're little
like
round
fries.
It's kind of
but
like
in a
hash browns, if you know what hash browns. It's grated up potatoes, and they're kind of compacted into little small balls.
Instead, they're in chunks.
Yeah, instead of hash browns that just grated up potatoes that you fry like that, they manufacture them by putting them in these little tiny balls, and they're really, really yummy. The kids just love them, and you can use them like hash browns. If you don't have tater tots, then you can just, replace them with hash browns or French fries or something. Oh, good. They just said, "God bless you, Jack," because when you sneeze, so.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. The puddings are on page 295. The chicken salad is on 83. Let me check here and see if the ones. Yes, we do have one of the chicken salad sandwiches recipe in this here book is on 83. Thank you much, Patricia, for doing that. We also have like add-ins. These aren't just regular chicken salad stuff. You can add, we have add-ins like crumbled bacon, cucumbers, pineapples, chopped green olives, hard-boiled eggs, water chestnuts, and the list just goes on. Grapes and almonds. So we don't have just always basic recipes in here. I was looking for one other, and I'm not finding it, but here's a good one. This is really good for summer. A chef salad, and if those of you don't know what a chef salad is, basically lettuce, and then you have tomatoes, and you have hard-boiled eggs, and you have strips of chicken. You could use turkey and ham, strips of turkey and ham. Usually you have avocado, slices, chopped up avocado, and then you put blue cheese dressing on it. And it's a meal in itself, is what it is. But this has royal fruit cup recipe, and this royal fruit cup is so good. Wait till I tell you. Okay, these are cans of pineapple chunks, sliced peaches, strawberries, cantaloupe, and then a cream soda that's been chilled. You pour that over. It's mixed with sugar and cinnamon and banana, and you pour the cream soda over it. It's really a good recipe, and that, for those of you that have the menus book, it's on page 94. Let's see, Dave, what else do we have in here? Roast chicken with spicy sweet potatoes, green beans. See, you don't even need recipes to do some of these. Green beans, fresh carrot and celery sticks with mint brownie cake. So, we've got a whole thing.
Oh my goodness, it's already 5:13. We need to go overtime.
Need to go overtime?
I don't know.
Yeah, Dave.
I'm having too much fun talking.
Yeah,
to everyone.
I'm afraid I'm boring everybody with just repeated menus. Are you guys getting anything out of this? Can you give me a thumbs up if it's doing anything? Lunch ideas, Susan. You know what? I had somebody else ask for lunch ideas, and we may have to do another one on that. But if you think about it, you really can. A lot of these sandwiches that I've mentioned, you could do the sandwiches. It depends on if you're doing for adults or lunches to take with you or lunches at home. So it can get kind of involved. But lunch ideas are, you can do things like muffins and hard-boiled eggs. You'd be surprised, just simple things like that really taste good in a lunch. The typical carrot and celery sticks. You could maybe change it, like if your family likes radishes, put some of those in instead of the regular carrots. I just thought of something, totally went blank on it. Even deviled eggs you can send in a lunch and that type of thing.
Are you answering lunch ideas?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, one thing good to have for lunch if you're taking lunches with you is to get
cheeseburger rolls.
cheeseburger rolls. Well, you can have leftovers from the meal night before are really good to use up and send in the lunches when you can. Sliced cucumbers, cantaloupe balls, especially in the summer. I'm giving mostly summer lunch menus for the moment. Just start taking a lot of the regular foods and translating them. Get a thermos jug. They're really nice. I love putting in a small, tiny, even a child-sized lunch pail thermos. You can put a hot dog in there for an adult. I would do this for adult. A hot dog with hot water, and they can put it in a hot dog bun at lunch, or for adult can do that. But if you grill up hamburgers on the weekend, send the hamburgers in the lunch. You may want to put the bun and the lettuce and tomato in separate bags, but those are really easy to do. Send cottage cheese with cut up tomatoes and green peppers in it for something different. Cheese and crackers are always a good simple lunch thing. I'm trying to think. Watermelon, of course, this time of year, and fresh strawberries. So, just take lunch. You need to just look at your regular food, and lunch is just like kind of a smaller dinner. Also with lunch, if your husband comes home for lunch, if your husband works at home, and you live in a hot climate, I did this for years because my husband worked at home and the kids could walk home from school even when they weren't out of school. I fixed lunch. We didn't have we had an air conditioner, but it didn't work. We fixed lunch. Had lunch. It was our main meal of the day. It worked out good because I didn't cook in the heat of the day. I got everything cleaned up so that in the evening when it was at the very hottest, I would have just simple snacks or leftover from what we had from lunch that day. I just have leftovers. And don't think of leftovers as being the exact same thing. If I had roast for lunch, I would just have a roast sandwich then when I talk about leftovers. Did you have a question, Dave?
What foods did you feed your children way back when times were hard?
What foods did I feed my kids?
Yeah, like the $500 a month.
I fed them basically everything I've been talking about. Now, we didn't do a whole lot of things, like strawberries were really expensive. So instead of having strawberries, I maybe have oranges because they weren't near as expensive as strawberries. I would do stuff like that. Kiwis aren't expensive now, but at that time, kiwis were really expensive. So I wouldn't do the more expensive fruits and vegetables. I'd do the basic like carrot sticks and celery because they're the most inexpensive. And I fed them, but we ate just like normal people. I think the secret for us was we didn't eat huge amounts. We had portion control. They didn't go away hungry by any means at all. They ate till they were full, but we didn't overeat. And we also, you can tell my chronic fatigue brain is slowing down.
And Dave's getting antsy. So that's
but we didn't eat overeat huge amounts. And what happened was too, I think, we didn't waste any of our food. I think that's a big thing. People don't understand. I could feed my kids, let's say I could spend, one point before my husband left, things were so hard, I only did like $15 a week. It wasn't for very long, for about 6 months, I had to use only $15 a week. I stretched that food. I didn't waste one little thing of my food. Now, if you think about it, most people spend 50% of their food they throw in the trash. I'm sorry, if you just watched your family for 1 week, you would see you throw 50% away. I would not throw anything away. Before, I had to be so careful with my money. If I had a chunk of meat on the fat of the roast, I didn't bother to get it all off. Or if I had a piece of chicken that had a little bit of meat on there, I just toss it in the trash. I didn't want to bother with pulling that off. I've known people that had like a quarter cup or a half a cup of mashed potatoes or something. They would just throw it in the trash. I would find a way to use that and stretch it. So that's mainly what I did. Let's see. Any other questions, Dave? Oh, Denise says she needs control. And the portion control on mashed potatoes. I love mashed potatoes. Oh, I love with lots of butter on them. Oh my goodness.
Dave needs portion control on cheeseburger rolls. That's why Mom never makes them.
Yes, Dave needs portion control on cheeseburger rolls.
And I get a special artichoke for my birthday. I'm not having a cake. I'm having artichoke.
Yeah, see, I'm not
That's
a
way
horrible grandma here by not baking them a birthday cake. Dave wanted an artichoke because
That was $4.
no, it wasn't $4. It was $2.
It's $2. It was like $2.60.
That's another thing. Artichokes are expensive. So,
it's a rare time
so
thing.
we don't get those hardly at all. That's not a vegetable I would have in with our menus. So it's a special treat. And look how excited he is over the artichoke. He wants an artichoke over a birthday cake.
And it's a vegetable.
And it's a vegetable.
And
but
also,
you know,
artichokes we only get if it's either on sale for a ridiculously low price, like $1, or if, it's my birthday. So, yeah.
oh, Sandy wants to know what my thoughts are on a food saver. I love my food saver. That's probably almost, besides just the ideas and things, for actual appliance, the food saver is almost my number one thing that I save on groceries. I do like them, and I do use mine all the time. My other one that I love to use is a dehydrator, because if I see carrots in the refrigerator starting to, I can tell I'm not going to be eating them up, I will take and throw them on my dehydrator and dehydrate them up, and then I don't even cut them up. Sometimes if they're really big ones, I might slice them a little bit. But if I have a bag of small carrots, I just throw them on the dehydrator, let them dehydrate, put them in a jar, and then come winter, if I need carrots for stew or soup or something, I've got them, and the food hasn't spoiled. You can do the same with celery and stuff. Throw them on the dehydrator. So food saver and dehydrator are probably my two top appliances that I love almost more than anything. So, yes, we've got several saying food savers are good. Was just going to ask about the dehydrator. Yeah, Sandy, I love my dehydrator. And I'm hoping to one day maybe if we could do something showing how I do the dehydrator. And we have I use the Excalibur is the brand that I use.
Throw it in the dryer.
Yeah, Dave said throw it in the dryer. One of these days, Mom's going to go in there he threw tomatoes in the dryer to dehydrate.
Yeah.
There was a crayon in the dryer the night they were trying to get all their clothes washed up to go back to Mayo, and it melted on all the different clothes as if we didn't have enough going on. Yes, you can dehydrate strawberries. You know what, on the food saver bags, Jonathan, that I have started doing now, because yes, they are pricey, and I do use mine over and over again until they're almost, even when they're this small, I seal them another way where the ends cut off. I'd have to show it I'll show you when I do it. And those are really great for putting matches and things like that when they get really tiny. I use them up till they're really small.
Ooh,
but what I use instead now more so is I use canning jars. I have the lid part that goes on the food saver, and I use all my canning jars for that because they're much easier to clean, and I really like them. So, do I buy all of my food on sale? Pretty much, Kim. I pretty much buy, I'm trying to think if there's, once in a while, if I really need a piece, well, although I can't even think the last time I did buy a piece of meat that wasn't on sale. I pretty much get all my food on sale. I don't use coupons very much. The only coupons I use is my Dillon's or Kroger. Is it Kroger? I think store. Will send me a packet of coupons in the mail, and they have some really good things like a free box of Cheerios, free cheese, a free dozen eggs. So those are the only coupons that I really do, and I get those about every 2 months or so. You can make, let's see.
Jonathan loves dry canning.
Oh, you love dry canning? Yeah. It's like kind of like the dehydrating. Let's see. They're great for squishing up cloths to pack them away. Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to pick out the questions here, guys.
Her brain is racing.
My brain is racing, Dave said. Yes, Sandy, I do buy, as a matter of fact, Probably 75-80% of my fruits and vegetables, fresh fruits and vegetables I get from Aldi's. I do a lot of Aldi's shopping. And yes, Ramona, the bags, for the food saver, you can buy a roll that you make your own bags on, and those I think those are the best too. That's what I like the best. I haven't gone to YouTube, Dave. Is there any questions over on YouTube for me?
No.
None.
Me, Mom, and Dad, and Elly, and I don't know if BJ's on.
And you're all
and
taking
Jamie
care.
are all jumping on all the questions.
And all the questions. Oh, thank you, guys. That really helps a lot. So we're getting close to getting towards the end. I'm just going to tell you, we do have a section in the menus on a whole fish section. We have a meatless and miscellaneous section that, simple things. Once again, very, very simple things in here. We have like fried egg sandwich. This is a good lunch one. Fried egg sandwich with a fruit platter. You could just do fruit with dip. And that's another good one. Slow cooked corn chowder. Now, if you make corn chowder in the winter, this is good for lunch to have the next day with canned plums, muffins, and of course a candy bar truffle. Here you go, Denise. Here's a candy bar truffle with your chocolate cake. Oh my goodness, chocolate cake, chocolate pudding, crushed chocolate candy bars. That is beyond to die for. But we've got like a one-dish vegetarian meal, hoagie sandwiches, grilled apple Swiss cheese sandwich with tater tots and bacon, tomato, spinach salad. Then at the end, we have all the holidays. Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, 4th of July holidays. We've got Halloween, Thanksgiving. We have a lot of our, like how to roast a turkey, turkey gravy. If you're needing the basic Thanksgiving, the green bean casserole, Grandma Tatum's stuffing, my mom's stuffing, pumpkin pie is all in here, pecan pie. We have Christmas with baked ham, broccoli and cauliflower salad. Now, some of these Christmas and Thanksgiving recipes, go to livingonadime.com and just type in Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner, and you can find some of these recipes in there. So anyway, I hope that gave you some ideas on menus that you need for summer menus and just different types of menus. I like reading books, and they list in the book what the heroine is eating for dinner that evening, because even when I read a book, I'll write down, if it sounds good to me, I'll write that recipe down and keep it, and then I've got another menu idea for something else. Okay, how often do we go live? We go live, is it Yuva, I think?
We go live
We love having our new people here. We go live on
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4:30 to 5:30 Mountain Time.
Mountain Time. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. So, dinner time, I'm starving, says Ramona.
Maybe we might go over a little bit at some point.
Yeah, so that's when we are. Yeah, Sandy, I'm trying to torture you guys and make you hungry because it's dinner time in a lot of places. And for you in other countries, we thank you again for being awake or staying awake to watch us. So, any more questions? Any more? How do we fix the artichoke? I used to boil them and just stick them in boil. Oh, Mom told them? Okay,
Mom said
she covered it.
They steamed.
But I steam it now in the microwave is what I do. Any more? I guess we're ready to close her up then, huh, Dave?
Yep.
And we'll be back Monday, like we said, at 4:30. Tara and Mike will be here. I'm not sure what we're going to be talking on. I will be here too with them on Monday, but I'm only going to have maybe one or two more live streams with everybody. But the three of us will probably be on Monday. And I'm not sure what we'll be talking about, but we might, we'll have to see what it is. So, good night, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll have a busy weekend.
No, wait. We're not going to see them tomorrow live. We're going to see them on
Monday. Did
live.
I say tomorrow?
Yeah, you said tomorrow.
Brain freeze, chronic fatigue brain freeze. Sorry, guys. So, we'll see you Monday live, and have a good weekend. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, Facebook.
Facebook is gone. We still have YouTubers on.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.